Hey guys! So it's kind of been a while since we last talked. Ow. Ow! Ow! I just bit my tongue. Hey guys! So I know it's been a while since we last talked, and the reason for that, in case you have not noticed yet, is that I have actually gone through a personal trauma. You're looking at it right now. How does it look? Jeez. Yeah, so I unfortunately recently just got Invisalign. It's invisible braces. I feel like I've been temporarily downgraded into a 5th grader or something like that. It's a lot of words I can't say. I'm Angie's son. I study computer science. Yeah, so it's not too bad, but it's definitely noticeable. So poo Invisalign, they didn't write that on their brochure. Anyways, I decided that I should finally stop skipping classes and hiding from the camera and get out into the real world. So, hey guys, I'm Angie, I've re-emerged. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're actually going to be talking about another life decision I made a while ago that was also very tough, which was how I decided to major in computer science. So to give you some background, before I went into college, in high school, I had taken a couple of computer science classes, and I actually really enjoyed them. And so for me, my primary thought going into college was that, oh yeah, for sure, I'm going to study computer science. And on the other hand, my mom, she's, an Asian mother, and, very loving, but Asian mother here. So she really wanted me to become a doctor. And even though I really, really like computer science, I wasn't so confident to the point where I wanted to outright reject her. And, she was like, well, Angie, you're a very caring person and you enjoy interacting with people, and maybe computer science isn't a career that's going to give you that. And I was like, you know what, I am a pretty caring person, if I do say so myself. Maybe being a doctor wouldn't be so bad. So I decided for my freshman year that I would still, just try being pre-med, just really hardcore go at it for a year and, see how I felt about things after that. I entered college, Michigan State University for me. In my first year, I spent as a pre-med chemical engineer. So I filled up my schedule with all these classes of what I think a pre-med should take. So I think I was in Orgo, I was in chem labs, I was in this class called processes and engineering, and even after that class, I still have no idea what it's about. And then outside of class, I did the same thing. So I would go and I would volunteer in the hospital. I would go and take people's blood pressures. I also volunteered in a cardiac clinic where I would put stickers all over people's bodies and take their EKGs. And I volunteered in the morgue, so I would go cut apart dead bodies or observe the cutting apart of dead bodies. And then I also worked as a counselor at this place called the Listening Ear. So we would talk to all sorts of people, just, kind of sympathize and empathize with the life traumas that they had gone through, like braces. Or worse. Braces, pretty traumatic if I do say so myself. I felt very angsty at the entire process, and I was kind of I'm going through the motions, but it doesn't feel right to me. So I decided to talk to our school computer science advisor. And, mostly it was just talk, it was just good to,
have a one-on-one with somebody, unbiased, and just share, my entire thoughts about the whole college process and everything that was going on. And so, yeah, we
talked, and she said, there's this intro to computer science course, why don't you just add it in? And I was like, yeah, it's just one course, that's no big deal or whatever. So I just decided to enroll in all my chemical engineering and Orgo Chem classes, and then I had my one intro to programming class. And what I found throughout the school year was that I found myself wishing for more work or more time in the computer science course. And I was like, gosh, this is so much cooler than figuring out what shape this molecule would fold into when it's 3D. I was kind of juggling the process the entire time, but at some point I figured out that, I had to just make a decision. I couldn't, drag this out for a lifetime. And the experience that really convinced me of this was actually being enrolled in Chem Lab and in algorithms. These two classes were actually at the exact same time, and somehow the school software let me enroll in both. And what really happened was that I ended up burning my hand. I placed it flat on a heat burner in the Chem Lab, because I was rushing through it and trying to leave so I could go to my algorithms class. Yeah, it was very painful, and after that I was kind of okay, I really just need to make a decision after I've had all these experiences. And at the same time, it was around March-ish, I was also looking for summer internships. And pre-meds, usually when they do summer internships, first of all, they're unpaid, which is not the most glamorous thing. But, you know, a lot of pre-med internships are very passive, so you kind of just like go observe surgeries or observe a pediatrician or shadow someone. And for me, I just wasn't excited for more of that after doing that for an entire year. And so luckily I talked to the same computer science advisor, and she said that Google was still taking openings for jobs. So luckily I applied and interviewed and was offered an EP position, and that was kind of my entryway into the computer science industry. I'm one semester away from my master's graduation in computer science, and I would say that I'm pretty happy with the decision that I made 3 years ago. But looking back, I would say that there's definitely a lot of things that I learned from actually hardcore going and experiencing both of the two. And if you're someone who right now is trying to figure out what the heck you should major in, or if you're like me and you just want to go back and think about, you know, did I make the right decision or not, the biggest piece of advice I could give for you from my personal experience is that you just need to like go and actually try it. Like before that, I spent a bunch of time like talking to doctors, talking to computer scientists, trying to figure out like, oh, do you like your job? What's your favorite part of your job? What's your least favorite part of your job? And you know, none of those people are you, and in the end, the only person who can make the decision is you. So instead of asking other people, you know, once you have a base understanding of the job, ask yourself like how you feel about it. I really found that, you know, no matter what questions I asked other people, in the end, the only experiences that could really make the decision for me were my own experiences. So me going into the morgue and, you know, experiencing that, me shadowing doctors and, you know, what that felt like for me, and me working at Google and the amazing experience that was. So if this video helps you feel a little bit better about being majorly confused about your major, make sure to give it a big thumbs up so I know that I'm not alone. And thanks so much for taking the time to view my video. Bye! So just an update for you guys. I received a lot of questions about my first video, which was about my APM internship at Google, and I'm definitely working on a video to help answer some of your questions, so be on the lookout for that. If you want to be notified for when that comes out, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and thanks so much for watching.